Hi, you have a body, and it does stuff. Pretty gross, huh? And for almost all of human history, cleaning up after that stuff was an uncomfortable, often splintery adventure. Before paper, what was there? Basically, whatever was handy. Leaves, moss, animal furs, handfuls of sand. If you lived near the coast, maybe you used shells. If you lived somewhere cold, snow.
Refreshing!
Early humans used sticks and stones. Yes, stones. The ancient Greeks had their pesoi, which were pieces of ceramic. If you were lucky, the edges were polished. Sometimes they'd write an enemy's name on the shard before using it. Vengeance. Then there's the Romans, very civilized, built aqueducts and everything. They also used a tersorium, a communal sea sponge on a stick. Yes, communal. Between uses, it sat in a bucket of salt water or vinegar. Your turn, Brutus. Super hygienic. The rich, of course, had their own wool soaked in rose water. The rest of you shared the sponge. While the West was struggling with sticks and shared sponges, China had already figured it out. By 1391, the Chinese emperor was ordering mass production of toilet paper. And it wasn't just any paper. We're talking 2 by 3 foot sheets. For the imperial family, they were extra soft and perfumed. Great news! Royalty doesn't have to use a rock. The rest of the world, however, was still using whatever was free. In Europe and colonial America, the printing press brought a new option: newspapers and cheap books. And of course, the legendary Sears catalog. It was free, it came in the mail, and it had a hole in the corner for hanging in the outhouse. Perfect. People used it for decades. Whoops. Sears started printing the catalog on glossy paper in the 1930s. People complained.
Knock, knock. It's Joseph Gayetty, an inventor from New York. He created the first commercially available toilet paper called Gayetty's Medicated Paper. It was loose sheets of manila hemp with aloe, sold as a medical product to prevent hemorrhoids. He was so proud, he had his name printed on every single sheet. Yes, you could literally wipe your ass with J.C. Gayetty. It was not a huge success. Why pay for something when the Sears catalog was free? Knock, knock.
What if we put the paper on a roll? Genius! Brother, you are...
This was a genius move, especially with the rise of indoor plumbing. You can't flush corn cobs or the Sears catalog down the toilet. But there was a problem. In the Victorian era, toilet paper was taboo. It was an unmentionable. People were embarrassed to ask for it. That's a gross product, said society. We can't put our name on it, said the Scott brothers. So they sold it discreetly to hotels and drugstores under 2,000 different private labels. The quality, however, was still rustic. The paper was basically pressed wood pulp, which meant splinters. Whoops, you just got a splinter in a very bad place. This was a real problem for decades. Then, in the 1930s, the Northern Tissue Company had a revolutionary marketing idea. Great news! Our paper is splinter-free. Yes, that was the selling point. The quality standard was incredibly low, but things were getting better. Surprise, it's 2-ply. St. Andrew's Paper Mill introduced 2-layer paper, and suddenly there was a new frontier in bathroom comfort. It was softer, it was stronger. The quest for softness became a marketing obsession, with puppies, babies, and bears selling the promise of a heavenly clean.
Who could bear ordinary toilet?
The modern era brought all sorts of weird stuff. Colored toilet paper in the 50s, which apparently caused rashes. Surprise, it's wet wipes. Surprise, it's made of bamboo to save the planet. And of course, modern humanity, with all its technology and sophistication, proved it can still panic over this stuff. Johnny Carson made a joke in 1973 and all of America bought it out.
Disappearing from the supermarket shelves? Toilet paper. Ha ha ha, you can laugh now. There is an acute shortage of toilet paper.
Whoops. There's a global pandemic in 2020, and for some reason, everyone bought it all out again. We went from rocks and shared sponges to 3-ply eco-friendly ultra-soft rolls. It's a story of innovation, marketing, and the universal human desire not to get a splinter in a bad place, which is pretty cool, I guess.